A reading from James. Every generous act of giving with every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. In fulfillment of his purpose, he gave us birth by the word of truth, so that we become a kind of first fruits in his creatures. You must understand this, my beloved. Let everyone be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. For your anger does not produce God's righteousness. Therefore, rid yourselves of all sordidness and rank growth of wickedness, and welcome with meekness the implanted word that has the power to save your souls. But be doers of the word and not merely hearers from who deceive themselves. For if any are hearers of the word and not doers, they are like those who look at themselves in a mirror. For they look at themselves and on going away immediately forget what they were there like. But those who look into the perfect law, the law of liberty and perseverance, not being hearers who forget, but doers who act, they will be blessed in their doing. If any think they are religious and do not bridle their tongues but deceive their hearts, their religion is worthless. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to care for orphans and widows in their distress and keep oneself unsustained by the world. The word of the Lord.
The Holy Gospel according to Mark. Glory to you, O Lord. Now, when the Pharisees and some of the scribes who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus, they noticed that some of his disciples were eating with defiled hands, that is, without washing them. For the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they thoroughly wash their hands, thus observing the traditions of their elders. And they do not eat anything from the market unless they wash it. And there are also many other traditions that they observe, the washing of cups, pots, and bronze kettles. So the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, "Why do your disciples not live according to the tradition of the elders, but eat with defiled hands?" He said to them, "Isaiah prophesies rightly about you hypocrites, as is written, This people honors me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching human precepts as doctrines. You abandon the commandment of God and hold the human tradition." Then he called the crowd again and said to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside a person that by going in can defile, but the things that come out are what defile. For it is from within, from the human heart, that evil intentions come: fornication, theft, murder, adultery, avarice, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, envy, slander, pride, folly. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person." The gospel of our Lord. Praise to you, Lord. Sometimes I think the devil works overtime to make things difficult. And so my computer blew up. But we're not going to let that stop us today, because God calls us to do good things. So how many of you like hearing stuff out of James? Not many of us do, because often James seems like it's like do, or else. If you don't do these things, then you won't be saved. In fact, Martin Luther didn't care for James all that much either. He really didn't want to include it in the Bible, but he did. That's a good thing that he did when he translated. Because today's reading out of James matches up so well with what Jesus is saying. James is not saying that you don't do these things and something bad will happen to you. He's saying what's in your heart is already written upon your heart by God. Respond in that way. Be of that way, not what the outside world is, but the way that God has already written upon your heart. And Jesus tells us that he wants us to respond in a certain way, not to defile others, not to defile them with how we speak and how we act. That nothing that we can take in is defiling, but what we think, what we do, how we speak is what defiles. He tells the disciples, this is what I'm telling you. It's not the food, it's what you do. It's what you say. It's the things that you do to others, about others, or, in other words, also sometimes the things that we fail to do. You hear that in our confession. Forgive me for the things that I do and those things that I fail to do. So Jesus is telling us to respond. James is telling us to respond. And so we are carried out into the world so that we can respond and be God's children, giving the word through action and voice to others. It's not about tradition. So washing your hands is not a bad thing, right? No. Washing your cups, your bowls, not a bad thing. They help protect us from disease sometimes, but it's not a God-made thing saying you must do these things. And tradition ended up coming to be a bigger thing than God. You must do these things and follow tradition. Now, if your tradition is to take your plates and put them down for Fido to lick and clean and put them back up in your pantry, that's not probably a good tradition. But if it works for you, okay, just don't invite me over. I don't want that clean plate. The main thing is the main thing. Jesus Christ. He is the good news. He is the gospel. Not about the things that we do. Not about the things that we do to make us feel comfortable. Our tradition right now here is we have blue pews. Should we break that tradition and make red ones? How about we paint the whole room red? Anybody up for that? Anybody against it? Why? Think about it. Why? Does it matter? Does it change the effectiveness of our worship? If that's our focus, then we might be focused in a wrong direction. The focus is upon God. Maybe if we painted the whole thing red, all of a sudden Jesus would stand out even more. Just saying. Tradition is not what Jesus is asking us to do. Jesus is asking us to go out and spread the gospel. And in doing that in such a way that it brings life to those that we encounter. Anybody here seen Fiddler on the Roof? So you remember the opening scene? Of course, guess what? There's a fiddler on the roof. And the actor that's portraying the very narrative part in the beginning, he says, you know, we have this fiddler on the roof, and it's pretty dangerous. And we do it because, well, it's tradition. Doesn't even know why they're doing it. And he continues to go on and talk about all these things that they do, including the tassels that they wear as the Jews around their waist. And we have them here because tradition. And so you hear this big song, tradition! Tradition is so important, they lost the meaning of what God wanted for them. Anybody also heard the joke about how many people does it take? How many Lutherans does it take to change a light bulb? Change? What are you talking about? My great-grandmother gave that light bulb. Sometimes we hold on to things that just don't really matter. We can change things, but Jesus is asking us to change our hearts. Respond and give. Speak to one another. Care for one another. I am excited right now. I am excited to be your senior pastor because I can see you guys have so much potential. We have so much potential. This is going to be a great place because we have so many things going on and they're coming up, and I am excited about them. No, I didn't take extra coffee this morning. That is my excitement. I know we can do something great. We have so many things going on. I forgot to have you stand, didn't I, Jenny? Jenny, please stand right now. Everybody take a look at Jenny, okay? Just see who she is. Now you can sit, because Jenny is going to be doing a fall festival. She is helping organize that fall festival. It's one of the things I'm excited about because we get the opportunity to participate in that, and we invite the community to come here and participate in that. They get to be part of the trunk or treat. We're trying to get the fire department, police department, the sheriff's office, the rangers to come here, all sorts of people to come here, to get people to come here and be on campus. And guess what we get to do? Not only do we get to help set that up, but we get to be here and talk to people. Woo! That is excitement. We get to go out and evangelize just by being here so that people want to be part of this. We serve the community. We take care of one another here and out there. And when we do that, people get excited like me, and you don't need the coffee to do it. This is an opportunity. I see all sorts of opportunities going on here. This is not just now, that this is going on, and it's building, and I've been watching it for 6 months since I've been the interim associate, and now I see it even more. It is primed and waiting for us. God is placing things in front of us. God is giving us the opportunity to respond and take care of this community, inside and outside and around, and spread the good news. Anybody heard about the guy sitting on the roof of his house as there's a big, huge flood? And he's praying to God and saying, come and save me. Come and save me. So this boat comes around and says, come on down, we'll take you to the shore, we'll save you. No, God's got it, God's got it. And then this canoe comes over and offers to take him down from his roof and take him over to safety on the shore. No, I've been praying to God. I know my God will save me. God will take care of this. The water's up at the roof line now. I don't know about you all, but I would not want to be sitting on a roof and having the water now up at the roof line. But he continues to pray as the water's still coming up to about the chimney now. And the helicopter comes by, throws down the ladder, says, grab the ladder, we'll take you to safety. He says, no, my God's got it. I've been praying to him. I know God will save me. And he dies. And he gets to heaven. And he said, God, why didn't you save me? I sent you a boat, I sent you a canoe, and I sent you a helicopter. I sent you all the things that you needed. God is sending us things. And that's why I'm excited. I'm the new senior pastor. It's a change in time. Something that you all have been waiting for 3 years. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for this community. We have a fall festival coming up, an opportunity to reach out to the community. We have a women's Bible study getting ready to start. I've got a Bible study that I'm going to be starting up on spiritual gifts so that you can find what your spiritual gifts are, and not a survey. It's an 8-week study so that we find out deeply what our spiritual gifts are. Opportunities. Our spiritual gifts for you, raise your hand if you think the spiritual gifts are for you. They're given to you, so are they for you? Okay. And how many of you think they're for everyone else? You're absolutely right. They're for you to use for everyone else. They're not for us to use on us, but they're for us to use on everyone else. So we need to find out what they are. What are we good at? What can we do? How can we apply that here? How can we get excited and go out and use the gifts that God has given us? Because everybody has a spiritual gift. There's not a single person in this room that doesn't have at least one spiritual gift. I will tell you that I have a goose egg on tongues and interpreting of tongues. Maybe we have somebody here that can. We need to find out. Every spiritual gift is valuable. We need to know what they are so we can go out and use them. So we're going to have that going on. It's also going to be coming up time for our stewardship campaign. So that's a time for us to be able to say, yes, we are behind the missions of Mountain View so that we can reach out and serve the people, and we are going to be part of that. And with that, we're also going to have a stewardship Bible study. And with that going on right now as well, anybody heard of this 50th anniversary thing coming up? Yeah, you should see the new logo for the 50th anniversary. I got to look at it first, one of the first people. It's cool. I really think it's cool. So you guys can get excited about that. And we got the 50th anniversary coming up. And you know when the 50th anniversary really is, when it culminates? Right around a very important church time of the year. Which is the most important? Christmas or Easter? You guys get thumbs up. But we can't have Easter without Christmas. But it's one of the most important times. That's where we get forgiveness and we get life. So our anniversary comes up right around then. And so does our stewardship come up right around then. And all these things are going on all this year. Coincidence? I sent a boat, I sent a canoe, and I sent a helicopter. God is giving us signs left and right for us to take up and go out and take care of God's people. The consequences of us doing that, funding our missions, being part of our missions, being with people, is guess what? People want to be part of that and they come in. And then we have more people to go out and do it again. And then we have more people to go out and do it again. And we have more people to go out and do it again. That is what's going on here. We have this excitement, and that's where Jesus is calling us to go out and respond from our hearts and be with one another in kind ways that are life-giving. Everything that we do should be life-giving. I was speaking to a lady yesterday, and she was telling me about this radio station. It's a Christian radio station. And they have a prayer group that you can sign up for. And she read one of the prayers. And the prayer was, prayers for discernment for me. Because I have a daughter who's in a situation, living situation, that I find simple and I cannot decide what I'm going to do. And if I break off my relationship with my daughter, it also means I'm breaking off a relationship with my grandkids. She's asking for prayers for discernment. This lady posted and said, I come from a family like what you're talking about. And I am so grateful that no one broke off the relationship so that I could be with the family. I needed that family. And I would pray that you would come to the same conclusion. Be with the family. We all sin, and we all fall short of the glory of God. There is no one sin greater than another. God calls us to love, embrace, give our hearts, give her our minds. So when this lady posted that response, she was immediately beat up by all these other people for posting that she should stay in relationship with her family. Doesn't sound life-giving. She chose not to respond to all the non-life-giving statements. That was life-giving in itself. Then another woman posted and said, "I wish you were my mom." That's what we are called to do. That's who we're called to be. Loving, caring, here and out there. Getting energized and going out and giving. There's many things that you will be given opportunities to sign up for, to be part of, to care for people outside of here. And Jenny, after service today, will be looking for anybody that wants to put their name and say, "I want to be part of this." This, I know, is who we are. This, I know in here that God is giving us these opportunities. Responding in love.